In a world where dungeons and portals to other dimensions appeared seemingly overnight, humanity had to quickly adapt. Monsters roamed the land, and only those with the power of awakened could stand against them. Among these heroes, one man stood at the forefront of an unprecedented change. Our protagonist, Ethan Greyson. The night was dark, and the moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the landscape. Ethan stood at the edge of the city, staring at the ominous portal that had appeared just days ago. It radiated a sinister energy that made his skin crawl. The once bustling city now lay silent, the people evacuated, leaving behind a ghost town. Ethan tightened his grip on his sword, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. Ethan Greyson was not always a warrior. Just a year ago, he was an ordinary office worker, living a mundane life. But fate had other plans. The day he awakened was etched in his memory. The rush of power, the overwhelming sense of purpose, and the realization that he could no longer live an ordinary life. He had a gift, and he intended to use it. As Ethan walked through the deserted streets, he could hear the distant roars of monsters echoing from the portal. His heart raced, but he kept moving forward. The city needed a protector, and he was determined to be that hero. Alongside him was his trusted companion, Luna, a fierce and loyal wolf who had stood by him through thick and thin. The portal loomed larger as they approached. Ethan could feel the ground trembling beneath his feet, and the air grew thick with tension. Luna growled softly, her keen senses detecting the danger ahead. Ethan nodded to her, a silent signal that they were ready. As they stepped closer, the portal began to pulse with a sickly green light. Ethan drew his sword, the blade glinting in the moonlight. With a deep breath, he plunged into the portal, Luna following close behind. The world around them shifted, and they found themselves in a dark, twisted version of their own city, filled with monstrous creatures and otherworldly dangers. The first wave of monsters charged at them, grotesque beings with gnashing teeth and razor-sharp claws. Ethan moved with precision, his sword slicing through the air as he fought off the attackers. Luna leapt into the fray, her powerful jaws clamping down on anything that got too close. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with. As the battle raged on, a figure emerged from the shadows. Clad in dark, flowing robes, the stranger moved with an eerie grace, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Ethan paused for a moment, wary of this new threat. The stranger raised a hand, and the monsters seemed to falter, hesitating before attacking again. "You fight bravely, Ethan Greyson," the stranger's voice echoed, cold and detached. "But you cannot hope to defeat the darkness alone." Ethan tightened his grip on his sword, his eyes narrowing. "Who are you?" he demanded. The stranger chuckled softly, a sound that sent shivers down Ethan's spine. "I am but a messenger," they replied. "A harbinger of the true power that lies within you. Embrace it, and you will become more than you ever imagined." With those cryptic words, the stranger vanished into the shadows, leaving Ethan with more questions than answers. He didn't have time to dwell on it, though. The battle was far from over, and the city's fate rested in his hands. As the sun began to rise, Ethan and Luna emerged from the portal, battered and bruised but victorious. The city was safe, for now. But Ethan knew that this was just the beginning. The darkness was growing, and he would need to uncover the truth behind his powers if he was to protect the world from the looming threat. With a determined glint in his eye, Ethan set off on a journey that would take him to the farthest corners of the earth and beyond. Along the way, he would face unimaginable dangers, forge powerful alliances, and discover the true extent of his abilities. And in the end, he would become the hero the world needed, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times.